Then they're sitting on their asses turned around and saying, it's the white man. Our ancestors knew what the struggle was. But as we were going through the struggle, we always said onward, upward, because we understood that we could see on the underside. The old folks used to say, we don't understand now, but we understand better by and by. But in that, it was a struggle. It was part of the struggle and was part of the purification through fire. But this generation don't want to go through fire. And they'll sit up and look at you and say, oh, he think he better. You damn right I think I'm better because I put in work to be better. I've been busting my ass for the last 12 years, struggling and setbacks and heartaches and pain because I was doing the right thing. So no one's going to ever shame me for being or more or less trying to personify the excellence that once was the mantle of Black people. We went from Black excellence to BS now. And then when you try to call people out on their BS, you know, they play the victim game or they gaslight or they don't self-reflect or they don't internalize. And then you got these guys, some of them, because they were raised by the mothers, they go to a concept called over-identification, where they over-identify with how their mothers think instead of identifying based on masculine principles and virtues, something we had in the past where we had a cadre of men, a tribe of Black men, and we held each other accountable. So it's twofold. As I said earlier, going through the fire based on your purpose. You got to go through fire if you're going to go do your purpose. Before I came to coach a clinician, I think I could do this, man. I'm like, man, I don't know how I'm going to do all this stuff and work. But as I kept doing it, you know, I bet on myself. I've always said I'm going to bet on myself or take a chance on freedom. And every time I took a chance on freedom, whether I won or lost, I still won because I didn't quit. So that's my point on that.
Hey, TJ.
Go ahead.
You know, as I was sitting here listening to you guys, I had to transition from home to work. I see like struggle. I think about trying to build. Like nothing ever comes easy. When you're doing strength training, you got to have resistance in order to build muscle. You just have to have it. A guy that I follow, his name is Myron Golden. He says that a tree, it grows both ways. It's growing up and it's growing down. So in order for it to stand, it has to go deep. The roots have to go deep. So there's just some things, as the kosher clinician said, that is self-inflicted, that we don't know how to elevate from. We don't have leaders like we used to back in the day. We just have a lot of people that are just spewing their own traumas, and we're just trauma bonding. We're not coming to any solutions. That's why people keep coming to these panels and just saying like, wow, this is just a circular conversation. This is a circular thing. I'm not really growing. You're still just going according to algorithms. You're not really going according to anything that's going to make you better, that's going to make you grow, that's going to challenge you. And as he said, if you're challenged and you're called out on it, now you're pointed out.
Right.
You're blacklisted.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the mammy. Look at the panderer. You're like,
Right.
okay, so I can't win. So I think we do need to take a sit back and really do the work and assess your own personal struggle. Assess what you've been doing. Assess your past, how your choices have brought you here today. Whether your life sucks or it's successful, those are your choices you make. You got to take accountability for that. And if you don't like where you are, change it. You can change. And you don't have to hate on anybody. There's lots of people around here, lots of men that are mentors, that they've been through the fire, the struggle, that can help you streamline to the results you're looking for. There's women that have been through the struggle in certain areas of relationships and motherhood that can help you avoid those speed bumps, that can help you avoid those detours. You know what I'm saying? So we don't know how to utilize each other. A lot of other cultures know how to utilize each other to get better. They actually come together to build. We try to build separately, but my thing may not match what you got going over there. But like he said, we don't sacrifice enough to see the benefit of anything. So I hope that, you know, by through the fire, we can really recalibrate our hearts, our mind, and our intentions on how we're living our own personal lives and how we can contribute to our community.
Yeah. I don't know if this is just an indication of what I actually do for a living. You know what I mean? Because I spend 18 hours on average a day around people. So I'm in the people business to see a lot of people. The one thing that a lot of times I hear sometimes out on YouTube's, oh, we're doing this or talking about this just for YouTube. a lot of the things that I see, I actually see it in life. I see it in the results of the people that I work with, that I work for, that I serve. I see it. I see the mindset, everything from the dick and pussy conversations. I see the results of that stuff. You know, I was talking to, I mentioned earlier, I was talking to a lady last night. She has a YouTube channel. I'm not going to mention her name, but she has a YouTube channel right now. And she's 40 something years old. Gorgeous girl. Gorgeous girl. And, you know, talking about why are you not going to get married no more? You know what I mean? And her whole the mindset behind that. Not to say, I'm not saying that you shouldn't be searching for love, whatever, but at what point do we need to realign what what's going to get us to our success? It's almost like we want to hang on like that's the lifeline to the thing that's keeping us trapped. You know, it's like with her specifically, I was talking to her about arranged marriages and how arranged marriages are not built on love. They're nowhere near. Love is not even a remote factor in arranged marriages. All you got to do is talk to somebody from India. That is prevalent throughout the entire continent over there in their country. I mean, throughout their entire country and throughout their different regions is arranged marriage. That's their custom. And love has nothing to do with it. But when you see, I dated a girl all the way through high school and college who was Indian. Her father told me when my second year of college, "You're not marrying my daughter. We got our husband picked out already." That was and it had nothing to do with no love. And when I sat down and I talked to him and talked to his wife, and I asked him about love, they laughed at me. They laughed at me. And they said, "We've been together now 30 years. I love her now. I love him now. I love what he did for me. I love the life he built. I love this. I love that. We created a family." Yeah, the wife's like, "I thought he was a short, weird looking man. But he came from a good family. I have 2 children with him. He's an engineer. He owns multiple hotels. He's, you know what I mean? And an open pantry and a convenience store. The lifestyle, she treated her well. You know what I mean? She got growing. They got sick. They were there for one another. And the love grew out of respect and duty. This might be risky today. They were talking about duty and respect and all this other stuff. And I mentioned to them, love is got the same tenets of respect and duty. It's an action, but we look at it as a feeling. But we sit up here and hold on to stuff, and I'm out here, and which is what kind of one of the catalysts why I'm starting to move away from the primary conversation around the relationships, is because we sit there and we want to hold on. We want to hold on to that struggle. And I'm not saying that we ignore it, but I think the struggle is another layer that's keeping us trapped in this. There's no reason why, 70+% of our women are unattached. And I'm sorry, the dude that comes over twice a week to knock you down ain't your fucking dude. I'm just saying.
Well, you know what, TJ, I think most of the people on the panel from Gen X, I think we were the last generation that saw normalcy.